I'm heading to wrestling training, and you are coming along. Ready? I'm Mike Quackenbush, and this is Till We Make It. And I have a deep appreciation for wrestlers who are never done learning. I also have a deep appreciation for people who leave a like-a-palooza on this video. Thanks for doing that. But I do have a lot of respect and admiration for those people out there who are never done expanding their knowledge, their wrestling vocabularies, and that's exactly who I'm going to be training with today. The majority of the in-person training I offer happens at the Wrestle Factory in Pennsylvania, but I also go all over the world teaching every aspect of professional wrestling. And right now my focus is solely on in-ring mechanics, not how we structure matches, nor how we perform them. That means I'm talking about huracanranas and backbreakers, and chain wrestling and fundamentals of Lucha Libre. Tomorrow I might be coming to your wrestling school. Talk to your coach, we'll sort out the details and make it happen. But right now, I'm headed to the Invictus Center, and that means my next order of business is catching this flight to Italy. I've just made it to Florence, but this isn't my final destination. I'm actually headed an hour west to Pisa, but I've never been to the Tuscany region of Italy before. So I'm looking forward to great food, great coffee, and lots of great wrestling. Now, we've got a train to catch. Let's go. The very first of the 9 seminars that I'm going to be teaching during my stay here in Italy, it's just minutes away. And I can tell I don't just have veterans out there. I don't just have experienced players. I've also got some rookies. There are some absolute novices that are joining my classes, which is great. But it's also why I had to prepare by making sure I've got a variety in what I'm going to be teaching. So today, for example, ring presence and body control. This is something we can all afford to work on, but I also want to jump into more advanced material. I want to make sure it's fun. So I'm going to cover submission holds for all 4 zones of the body. And I'm definitely going to be doing crab variations. I'm going to sneak it in there somewhere today. I'm going to do them all. Half crab, Boston crab, 3/4 crab, the flat crab, the king crab. Maybe we'll get to the inverted one. Let's get to work.
Doug Miller, and my favorite course was submission holds for the 4 zones of the body because it was extremely useful.
1, 2, 3, what's that?
After I do all that groundwork, then I want to jump into chain wrestling. And when I teach chain wrestling, I love to touch on chain that comes from other parts of the world, not just the US. I love to grab things from Mexico or from the UK and bake that into what I do. It gives the class a very cosmopolitan feel. Of course, takedowns. We're going to look at takedowns from all over the world. And once we've really warmed up to that, then we're going to do some really unique, some exotic submission holds in the ring with the whole group.
Here is the one and only Bulgarian one, Hivalahua. And I want to say something about the weekend seminars of Mike Quackenbush in Italy. I try to find a lot of words for describe it, but the reality is I can't describe it. It was awesome.
Three, two, one.
And I've also put a day aside specifically to work on high-flying techniques. So first, we'll warm the group up by talking about flying and basing and then practicing those techniques in the ring. But once I get them moving around, I want to cover the basics of Lucha Libre. I want to dial it up a little bit, get into some of the advanced stuff, start using the ropes a little bit to incorporate that flying into the Lucha that we're doing. And then, just based on how everything is progressing, maybe we're going to do huracanranas and some prawn holds, all the variations, because that general form, it just combines beautifully. Each thing will build and build and build until we've got people doing victory rolls and huracanranas. The whole thing's gonna come together great. Or so I hope.
I'd like to say that the two classes of Lucha Libre were my favorite, because I never had the chance to learn this kind of style from someone like you. So thank you, Mike, for sharing this kind of tips and tricks about Lucha Libre with me.
What a wild week I had in Italy. And as soon as this is over, I'm going to fall asleep for 3 straight days. My thanks to Superior Italian Wrestling, not just for welcoming me with open arms, but also for the incredible hospitality you showed throughout my entire stay. It was an unforgettable experience. I loved being able to share the ring with so many of the top Italian wrestlers working today, as well as a few who are bound to be the breakout stars of next year. I loved sharing what I am most passionate about with people who are every bit as passionate about it as I am. And as much as I love teaching wrestling, I also love learning about wrestling. I got to observe seminars while I was there, taught by Lady Frost, as well as by Victor Benjamin, the Savage Gentleman. Next year, I've got to make a point to attend more seminars. If you're interested to have me visit your wrestling school, jump on my email address that's down below in the descriptus of every single video that I post. I have already started booking up my field trips for next year, and I'd love to come and meet some of you. Those of you who I only know through the comments section of these YouTube videos, it's time for us to get together and trade holds in the ring. And I need your help to reach my goal of 100 patrons over on my Patreon. When you join with your credit card or your PayPal account, you'll instantly unlock more than 150 exclusive videos, which will never appear here on the channel, as well as book excerpts, Q&As, podcasts. At the top tier, we'll be on a live monthly Zoom call where I'll be critiquing your matches. You ever see that orange box which appears on screen, hopefully right now as I'm describing it, with something that vaguely looks like a letter P? Click on it. It's going to take you right to my Patreon page.